This is gonna be really quick. Arkham Knight had a terrible start. The horrifically bad PC port seriously soured to Rocksteady's reputation. Add on that the stupid fucking sneaky Batmobile and a hit or miss story and you've got yourself a recipe for disaster. Nowadays, that reputation is fortunately better. This is quite a good game. I own it on 2 platforms and have completed everything in it on 1 cause I'm not doing those fucking Riddler riddles ever again. Doing over 400 challenges just for a mediocre boss fight and an extra cutscene is not pleasant. But hey, that extra cutscene is why we are here. But we need a bit of a preamble to it. Arkham Batman is absolutely unequivocally fine. I know people love him and think he's really good, but you're wrong. Let me clarify this statement. Arkham Batman never really gets to do anything that would significantly impact his character. The first moment I can think of where he becomes interesting is Protocol 10, where he has to decide between saving all of the criminals in Arkham City and saving the woman he loves. While that is a tough choice for him, he does ultimately make the right decision. The second moment happens in Arkham Origins, the now famous fight between Alfred and Batman. Batman talking about what he represents and how he is needed while his father figure wants to stop him from possibly dying. It's super interesting and they don't ever do anything with it again. The third time would be all of what the Joker is saying in Arkham Knight. We know that this is just Bruce's imagination caused by the fear toxin, but these are his thoughts. It gives us great insight into the world's greatest detective because the material doesn't allow him to do it. The simple fact that he is willing to go up against all of these crazy people is commendable and adds to his character. But nevertheless, he is pretty bland but solid. The acting is amazing, but the material doesn't really allow for much. There is nothing wrong with a one-dimensional character. A character that doesn't change or isn't deep isn't inherently worse than a 3-dimensional character with incredible depth. The more complex something is, the more flaws it invites. But it also doesn't help when your character is so bland throughout 4 games. This preamble neatly brings us to the thing I wanted to talk about. The secret ending of Arkham Knight, which I love? Yes, I was also surprised. The ending shows us a dark alleyway with a man, a woman and a child. After a couple of seconds they get robbed. The woman's pearls get snatched and they fall over the floor. At first glance this might appear as Bruce Wayne's parents' murder, which it mirrors very nicely. The criminals notice a dark figure on a rooftop and at first they mock it because they think it's some random Batman copycat. But then the figure starts growing and...
What the hell?
I like how ambiguous this is. The last thing we see Batman do is supposedly kill himself, but we never actually see it. I never actually thought that he killed himself. That would be kinda weird for him. I always interpreted the creature as the fear of Batman that still lingers in the criminals of Gotham. That's really neat. A nice way to end a hit or miss quadrilogy. I know that people like to forget Origins, but it's probably the best story-wise and pretty fundamental for this Batman. You know what I would really hate to see? This solid character played by people's favorite Batman voice and by Roger Craig Smith in Origins to be butchered or put under some mind control, to then start killing people, to actually be using the fear toxin as a way to disguise himself, to see this guy go out like a bitch, to see this ending being literal. Why the fuck are you bringing back Poison Ivy as a cringe child? She had the best arc in the games and a really cool and heartfelt death. Fuck off.